welcome back to bestbeginnerguitarlessons.com. I'm Sam, and now we're going to move on to the second chord. I'll assume you've already practiced the C chord, which was the first chord in the beginner guitar lesson course. Now, if you're not able to play the C chord pretty well, pretty clear, do not continue with this lesson until you're able to play the C chord where it sounds clear. You don't have any dead spot. If you still have a dead spot with just a few, that's fine, because as you add another chord, which we'll do today, it will clear up as you start practicing the two chords, and we'll start strumming the two chords together. So if you're pretty close to making the C chord, go ahead and continue with this lesson today. And today we're going to talk about the second chord, and that will be the G7 chord. Okay, let's just kind of have a little review about the C chord first of all. Remember the C chord, you'll have your first finger on the second string, first fret. You have your second finger on the fourth string, second fret. You have your third finger on the fifth string, third fret. Now, if you do not remember what a C chord is, definitely do not start with this G7 lesson. Go back to the C and keep practicing until you know exactly where it is, and you can make it pretty clear. But the C chord, first finger, second string, first fret, second finger, fourth string, second fret, and your third finger, the fifth string, third fret. Okay, that's C. That's the way it's supposed to sound. Okay? Today we're talking about the G7. G7 is going to be a little easier than C, simply because of the way it's made and what strings it's made on. So what we're going to have today is you're going to have your first finger on the first string, first fret. First finger, first string, first fret. Now again, when I say first fret, the fret's are the little metal bars going across the neck. This white piece is not a fret, that's called the nut. That's just to hold the strings in place. So your first finger is going to be on the first string, right behind the first fret. Your second finger will be on the fifth string, right behind the second fret, okay? And your third finger will be on the sixth string, right behind the third fret. So you have your first finger, first string, first fret. Second finger, fifth string, second fret. Third finger, sixth string, third fret. G7. That's all there is to it. And the reason it's easier to play than the C chord is you're playing the outside strings. You play the first string at the bottom, and you play the two top strings. You don't have any fingers inside the first and the sixth string. Like C chord, your fingers are within the first and the sixth string. They're inside. On G7, your fingers on the outside. The first string, the fifth string, and the sixth string. So it's first finger, first string, first fret. Second finger, fifth string, second fret. Third finger, sixth string, third fret. Now again, if you feel like you have a little trouble with the spacing, you can move your finger back just a little bit off the fret to where your fingers can be a little closer together. Maybe allow you to press a little bit more straight down to where they'll sound clear. That's the sound you're going to want. Now when you begin this chord, just like the C chord, you may get some buzzing. Dead spots. Like that. So you want it to sound like this. So what you would do is when you sit down, you'll start strumming the chord, just strumming it down until you make it sound clear. Until if you got some dead spots, some buzzing, you're either not pressing straight down, or one of your fingers is touching a string next to it. So remember, like in the first lesson, we talked about letting the thumb be behind the neck to hold position on the neck, and letting the fingers come all the way around as much as possible, and the palm of your hand not touch the side of the neck. If you can keep your palm off the side of the neck and your fingers up and over as much as possible, and just the tip is touching each string, that's when you'll have success in clearing the chord up. But again, don't expect to do it instantly. It's not going to happen. It's going to take practice. So G7, you just strum it. Okay? until you get it clear, just like we did with the C chord. So that's the G7. So let's go over this again. C chord, you should already know. If you're taking this lesson, you should already know how to play the C and playing it pretty clear. That's going to be the first finger, second string, first fret. Second finger is on the fourth string, second fret. Third finger is fifth string, third fret. That's C. That's what we had in the first lesson. Today we're talking about G7. So you're going to have your first finger, first string, first fret. Second finger, fifth string, second fret. Third finger, sixth string, third fret. G7. So practice on G7 just like you did the C. When you sit down, practice on G7 until you get it sounding really, really clear. So you sit down and play, you're going to start with the C and you keep practicing on the C. Don't forget about the C. Sit and strum and do individual strings going down. Make sure it's how it sounds and make it clear. Then you strum down. Okay, and then do the same thing with G7 until they're clear. The C should be clear or almost clear. G7, it may be clear right off. A lot of my students are able to make G7 and make it sound clear simply because it's on the outside strings. One thing I do want to mention, before you start practicing any lesson or before you sit down to play, always make sure your guitar is in tune. I can't stress that enough. And again, an electronic guitar tuner will be a big help to you, keeping your guitar in tune. And if you do not have a tuner, up on the right side of my website, I'll have where I list the different lessons, where it says beginner guitar lessons. You'll see a video for tuning a guitar. You may have already seen the video, went over the video, but you could go back and use it as a reference to help you learn, to help you tune your guitar to where it'd be in tune. If you don't have a tuner or a pitch pipe or anything to use, you can use that video to tune. It will get you in tune and will help you. But again, if at all possible, you get you just an inexpensive guitar tuner. It does not have to be an expensive one, and it will be a great benefit to you. Again, I'm getting some good replies from different students that are starting to use the website, and I'm happy about that. That's what the website's designed for, is to teach you how to play guitar. And I'm adding to it every week. There's new lessons coming on, and I'm really excited about what's going on with the website and everyone that's coming to the site. So again, keep on practicing. Practice, practice, practice. 15 minutes minimum per day, minimum 5 days a week. Longer if you can each day, minimum 15. And if you'll keep that 15 minutes every day and stay on course, you're going to be playing a song very, very soon. I can promise you. That's where we're headed, is to play you the very first song as soon as we possibly can. So that's it for this lesson. Again, should know the C now pretty good. Should know the G7. Just practice those two. When you sit down and practice, play C, and then G7. Get you on G7. Strum it individually. Make sure everything's sounding clear. And again, any questions you have, any problems you're having in learning how to play, something you're not understanding, at the top of the website where it says join my monthly newsletter, just click on that and you can fill in the information, ask me any question you like. Be glad to answer it and try to help you with solving the problem that you're having. Again, let's get on to the next lesson, and remember, keep on practicing.